How are you keeping it, Liam?
Good, I'm doing what I can do, innit? Just watching Peaky Blinders twice over.
Living the dream.
That's it.
So look, we're all upset to read last week that you'd had a bit of a downer and been not great. How are you feeling now?
Good. Do you know what it is? I thought I'd come out and say that because I thought, why hide it? This is what's happened to me, and like, if it's out there, I can't hide from it like I were doing before. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one know. I don't even still think my mum and dad know. So I just thought, piss it, I'm just gonna come out with it and just try to start running and that. That's all I know. It's like when I was a kid, I didn't go to school. I skipped school to go at gym.
Yeah.
And I was dedicated as out, so I've gone back to a 16-year-old kid, like, from the start again.
So to people who don't know, Liam, just explain to them what happened with your case with UKAD.
So, right, I wanted the drug test, and because obviously the opponent were a short notice, and I thought, I want to make it even. I had the drug test. It were in a public toilet in ice skates. I did that. I thought everything were good. 10, 15 days later, I had a big letters through post saying I've like got benzallogenine in my system. Then when I've gone to court and that, it was a tenth of a recreational line of cocaine metabolic in my system. Now I've done research and everything. You can get it off money. The professor at the time who were on the case said, you couldn't see it with that small. So it's like I'm getting banned for 4 years. They were like writing me emails to admit it, and I'd get 15, 16 months. I already did a year when they were emailing me, and I thought, no, do you know what? People aren't going to come to watch me fight if they know I've had cocaine. So I just battled it all the way. Didn't think no of it. I thought, oh, we're going to get 6 months. I ended up getting 4 years.
What did you, before that, Liam, did you ever have a thing before we ended? Did you ever have any fails with UKAD before that?
No, I did it once before, and it were plain and sail. I passed the test. That's why I boxed again the second time. And like, people are saying, "Oh, I failed first time." No, I didn't. And gospel truth, I didn't. And listen, I'm not going to be stupid enough to have cocaine 4 days before a fight. Come on, if you were gonna do it, which I'm not gonna, you'd do it after, wouldn't you?
I don't know, mate. It's not really my.
No, but I'm just saying you would do it. You wouldn't do it before. You'd wait.
So when you're dealing with UKAD, Liam, and they said this is what we've got, what we've got on you, did they say to you, look, the potential here is a 4-year ban?
They said, yeah, if I didn't have no evidence, but in my mind, I thought I've got evidence. I ain't took it. I've offered to do a lie detector. I think it's £500. I'm willing to do one. If anyone wants to put up the money, or like if UKAD or any sponsors, I'll do one. And if I don't pass, I'll pay them double what it's cost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What were your lawyer's advice? Did anyone say to you, look, you might be better in it and take
it? We're pro bono kind of thing, whatever that means. They do it for free with this Richard Caborn, what got me a free lawyer because I couldn't afford it. Do you know what I mean? So like, I didn't have nothing. I just turned up and I just said what on my heart, what happened, and like the professor, what were they say that it wouldn't have been visible the amount what were in my system in it or anything. Do you know what I mean? So I just
have you got out in your lane where you think? And I don't know what you think to this, Anne, because look, if you're innocent, you want to say you're innocent, Anne, don't you?
Yeah.
But where you sat now with a 4-year ban and ups and downs you've had with it, have you got anything in you at all where you think, do you know what, would I have better been cocking on and saying, all right, then, yeah, okay, then I'll take a year?
Yeah, I'm going to try to email and say, listen, I'll go guilty if that's what you want, but I'll be lying. Yeah. I'll make a story in my head, and I swear down on my little baby's life, anything, whatever. I haven't touched cocaine for a fight. I wouldn't do it. I'm not stupid to do it. Why would I go not guilty? Do you know what I mean? And battle it all this way, spend thousands when I ain't got a penny. Do you know what I mean? And lose it. Even the judge said I've got the letters. it's a harsh ban what they've given me, very harsh. You've got people from same city. I'm not going to mention names. They've been done with steroids, but they get 16, 15 months. Mine's a tenth of a recreational line.
I think looking at it from outside, and we haven't got all paperwork and all details, but it's hard, isn't it, to think. The kids we know, these kids who've been caught with gear, these kids who we know have been doing gear, these kids who've got off with gear, and they might get nothing, 6 months, 12 months.
It's like it's nothing to them, but this is my life. I'm going to be, if I live to that long, I'm going to be a 60-year-old man going, if I didn't get this done, where would I have been? Do you know what I mean?
No, of course, Liam. You said it then. I can't get over how harsh of a sentence is. Listen, I think we speak about it quite a bit on this show, and like really against drug cheats. And do you know, I think you do get caught, then ban them. Do you know what I mean? They need banning, and some of them banning for life. But like you're saying, then you've been caught with a tenth of a recreational drug.
That's what that is.
Right, yeah. I wouldn't know myself, mate, but no, like you said. But then there's guys who get busted, and whether they're much higher profile and stuff like. Do you feel like? Well, I don't need you to answer really. You've been made an example of.
David Miller, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Getting growth hormone. This was same month as me. You've got an UKAD player. What UKAD's tested, because he's admitted it. He got 6 months.
Yeah.
I've just been what it is. They thought, a stubborn lad. He's probably taking piss here and not admitting it. But what do they want me to do? Do they want me to lie?
Yeah. Fair play for you.
I've been just made a mockery of. I was stripped of my Commonwealth title. I got offered a fight with Martin Murray when Billy Joe Saunders pulled out with him. I were ready for that fight and I couldn't take it. I was number 2 in Britain. I've had a shit probably career for what I should have done. But when I won ABAs, I just got the ball rolling, started training hard, got everything perfect, and bang, it comes crashing down on me.
Liam, do you know, if you don't want to talk about me, I totally understand and just tell me to stop. But obviously, like you said last time, you've been struggling lately. And that, you know, throughout not having the boxing in your life. What is it? What you think? Do you know what that's down to? Is you're missing the routine? Is it you missing sort of the thought that you're never going to be able to compete again? Or what is it? What is it that you think's caused the struggle?
It's routine. I've been up at now at quarantine. I might be getting up at 12. I've got nothing in life to aim for. I know I've got my kids and I love them to bits and my girlfriend, but what am I going for now? Who am I to? I've got what am I going to be? Just a labourer. That I didn't skip school, guaranteed, thinking in my head I was going to be a champion.
Yeah.
To be a labourer for 70, 80 quid a day.
Yeah.
I took peanuts to fight Sam Sheedy. Do you know how much I got to fight Sam Sheedy? Come out with. That was for a Commonwealth title on the road. Do you know what I mean? And it were easy work. It were absolutely easy because I did it right.
You took that to get the big fish, didn't you? You took that lesser payday sort of to then think, right, I'm Commonwealth champion now. I'll make some money.
And tail it all. Do you know what I mean? It just don't make sense of what I've done.
Yeah.
They said it went in my system 4 days before a fight. My honest opinion is I'm going around pubs and clubs in Sheffield. It's rough as hell. Everyone's on cocaine. They're passing me notes. And, you know, people roll the notes up with cocaine or whatever they do. And it's going on. When you're nervous for a fight, you're biting your nails all the time. And that's how it's got to my system, 100%. It was 25 nanograms. It's not... How low is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you went to tribunal, how were they with yourself, Liam, at UKAD? How did they treat you? Were they...
They were just all right. They knew what situation were, but what they were saying is if they let me off, they've got to let other people off, but which I didn't agree with. It were a waste of time, the tribunal, because the judge only could do what their rules were, and I didn't have evidence of... They wanted evidence of me showing them cocaine on money and stuff. Why am I going to take a picture of cocaine and money if I didn't know myself?
If it weren't visible, how could you do it anyway?
Exactly. Yeah. This is the point. And I can forward you all the letters. The judge said it was so harsh. UKAD need to really go back and look at the justice kind of thing. They can't give one a year and 1 4 year for bang same thing. Then they on about apples and pears with other fighters and stuff.
I saw that. She were asked, weren't she, that lady, to compare your case with the fight, and she went, "Oh,
it's like I'm just fuming. I'm just fuming. It's what do I do?
Do you know what do I do now? After you came out publicly last week and said about struggles you'd been having and where you were and that, have you had any contact from UKAD or Boxing Board or?
No, nothing from no one. Just like when you probably Anthony knows himself, when you're a boxer and you're winning, everyone's around you. I've got no apart from 2 friends what's been with me since this journey. I've got no one there. I've got my trainer Chris and Mike Smedley what's been around me and stuff. But other than that, it's you don't want to know. It's just bang, kick the tip me up.
I don't know what you'll think, Cam, but I think that's disappointing because when you look at like Tyson Fury, who spoke about his battles with mental health and stuff.
Yeah,
like another athlete. I'm just using Tyson example because he's as big as anyone into another athlete.
Yeah,
everybody's gone rallying around him. You've come out publicly and said you've been drinking and doing other stuff and doing something stupid and stuff like that, and UKAD have not been back in touch, and even Board haven't been in touch.
I've had no emails or anything.
Boxing Board might say, well, you're not a licence holder now, but that to me, that's a bit disappointing that none of them have reached out to you, pal, I think.
I think the way as well, I think mental health's so big at the minute, and Liam, I hope you don't mind me speaking like this, like you're not here, but obviously you've been suffering, and I think, like I say, it's great that you've had, Chris there and that who've been with you sort of from day one, but you'd like to think so you could have some more support offered to you if needed.
Do you know, even if I went to the tribunal and they went, listen, Liam, we'll knock you 6 months off, they didn't even do that.
Yeah,
they didn't even do that. It were at Christmas time. They let me go for 5 weeks. I was like, I didn't know what were happening. Am I going to train? Am I not? Am I going to train? That was worst feeling ever. Then just after Christmas, they went, sorry, they've not even taken a week off you. I've gone through all this. I spent thousands of pounds skinting myself, believed in what were going to happen. I thought if there were a God up there, listen, he's going to at least get me off. Do you know what I mean? And he's going to be truth. And bang, just 4 years again. And it's like I'm laughing, but it's not. It's not funny, is it?
Yeah, it's unreal. It's Liam. Do you know now? I mean, obviously, listen. The main sort of thing is that you get granted to box again. Hopefully, some sense gets seen. But what's your plan in the meantime? I know with what's going on, you can't be in the gym and stuff like that. But are you trying to get back on the road? Are you
trying? Yeah, I've been running today. I've done 40 minutes today. It killed me the first 5 minutes, but I warmed into it and I got back. They're saying I can't even train people. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to get a little gym and do 1-to-1. And they sent me an email, UKAD, if I trained anyone or were caught sparring, because I got offered Callum Swift to spar and George Groves and everyone. And they wrote me an email saying 8 years did add on to my sentence kind of thing if I got caught. And that's what I'm dealing with. They're on my Twitter. They're looking on my Twitter and everything.
Wow. Crazy.
It's hard. Look, Class A drugs are a serious game, aren't we? And me and Ant were talking earlier about somebody who's struggling with them at the moment. And, it's not a joke. So whether, I believe you that you am, but if you had it is serious and, it shouldn't be overlooked, people with Class A drugs. But in this sport, I find it hard. I don't know about you, Anne. I can't quite rationalise in my own head that somebody can take performance-enhancing drugs and get much smaller black.
That huge,
than somebody who took a recreational. Listen, if police had come to you, Liam, and took UKAD's thing and said, we think you're doing coke and we're going to put you on remand for 18 months, then I'd nod my head and go, well, it's Class A drugs. But I think for a anti-doping body to get it full 4 years, and I don't.
And I'm in turn give people less. It's like, everyone 4 years, then I won't complain.
Yeah.
And it was really for gear for full 4 years. I can't even think of anybody.
I've done 2 years already, so I've got another 2. How old will I be? I'm 29.
You just mentioned it then, Rich. What is the biggest? What's the biggest ban that you can think of? For failing drug tests recently.
I can't think of any.
4 years. I'm saying
got a 4-year ban.
I can't. That's what I mean. I'm talking like either on the other side of the pond as well. Do you know what I mean?
No.
And they get caught with not just one drug in them. It's 3 and 4s.
Yeah.
It's so. What's your next step with UKAD, Liam, and your solicitor? What are they saying? Is there any recourse at all?
The next step, I'll tell you the truth, and it's a desperate step. I'm just going to write them and tell them all my life and what's happened. I'm going to say to them, I'm going to go I'll go guilty, but I'm going to be lying. So it's like I'm just going to make up a story in my head and say it to them because I don't know what else to do.
No, we feel for you, mate. I do. I feel.
I hope it gets better, mate.
That's my next plan. So if you see a story, I've told you why and why I've got to do it. I've got to fight, and I've got to. It's my only way I'm going to earn decent money because I think I were not bad at sport and not being big-headed. I think I could have won a British title.
Yeah.
I was stripped to my Commonwealth. Just won it, defended it. Went my balls off for it.
Yeah. No, it is. It's look, if it's Class A drugs, do you get a ban? Of course you should. Or of course there should be a punishment for Class A drugs. 1,000,000%.
Ban everyone same. That's my argument.
But I can't see how they can say that people taking beds get next to nothing and you've got full 4 years. That's just hard to rationalise.
Oh, it's crazy, but.
Well, look, we wish you absolute best of luck.
Thanks. Anyway,
take care, mate.
Sure.
Yeah, you keep your chin up.
Look after yourself.
That's fun. Thanks a lot, lads. Take care.
See you later.
For that, pal.
That's just a nuts story, isn't it? Really.
It's meant. Do you know what? I was just thinking it then, and I said it to you, didn't I? 4 years, I can't. Do you know? Obviously, Miller's been the big high-profile one who's been busted lately. But do you know when you're going through people who've been busted recently? But 4 years. 4 years. It's like I can't remember one being that big.
Do you know what it smacks of a little bit? And it does. You have to be honest, don't you? You've got to say, look, if we're doing these shows and we're talking about it, you've got to be honest. It smacks of he's got no money and he's nobody in sport.
Without a doubt.
You can knock him over the fence and no one's going to bat an eyelid.
Yeah.
And we can say that we're doing
fine. But it looks like we've made an example of someone.
Yeah, it smacks of that.
Yeah, he doesn't bring big money into sport. He's still trying to earn a living for himself, the lad. It's just saying it how it is.
Yeah.
Listen, if Liam was fighting a few times a year in a packed out arena on TV shows and he got done for that, would he be got anything like that sentence? No, he wouldn't have done.
No, definitely. If he were generating £1 million or £2 million a year, what would he have got? He could have gone to the papers and said, I'm dealing with my mental health and blah, blah, blah. And
yeah. And I have respect him the fact that he said I can't, because I'd be lying then. So you've got to respect the fact he's stuck to his principles. But I just can't get my head around that. But it's very, very sad. Like you say, he was at the point in his career. Like you said, I think Liam sort of said it himself. I knew him as an amateur, great amateur, beat some great lads to win an ABA title. Then he won a 4 Nations, and then I believe he'd lost to some lads who didn't expect him to lose to. But then he's won a Commonwealth title, in a good Sheffield derby. He's then defended it. So you think, right, now he's finally got it. He's going to kick on now. He mentioned it then. He'd been offered the Martin Murray fight. He was looking to kick on. Obviously, that fight could have changed not just his career, because of how changed his life. Do you know what I mean? And then it's
because when we were offered fight, Murray weren't a spring chicken, were he? You never know what could have happened.
You never know. I've got massive respect for Martin and stuff like that, but Liam is going to believe. He's going to believe I can generally go in there, cause an upset, and then get a big fight off the back of this. But how's he?
But even
I just have no idea.
Sparring. If you go and spar with anyone, we'll ban you for another 8 years.
I remember I remember that. Do you know when he said that with Callum Smith?
Yeah.
I remember it now. And the gym man was saying he's not allowed to spar because and I was thinking, what? So he's not allowed to spar because he's failed a drug test, and they're saying if he spars, then that's gonna. I mean, listen, 4 years, it almost ends the career, anyway, but 8 years certainly ends the career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what? With that 4 years, and he'd be 31 or 2 by the time it were done, it'd perhaps be almost worth going, well, do what you want, but I'm going to go and spar anyway, ban me for 8 years, and just going in as a sparring partner. But it's when you look at other cases that have made papers recently, without mentioning any names, lots of different cases for lots of different excuses and reasons. It's cruel for him to be sat there with a 4 year, innit?
Mental, and like I said, I'm with you. Class A drugs, you should be punished, but a lot of those people have been busted for much worse than what he has. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether people might argue, oh, it's a mass summit or whatever, but I don't know what the benefits of having that much in your system would be, if any.
And would anyone take it 4 days before? I mean, listen, I don't know enough about it to say, but to take it 4 days before a fight, what would be the benefit of that?
I think if you're doing that, you've got a problem, haven't you? But I think first and foremost, I think, sort of what he come out and said, Liam, is you can see there he's struggling. Do you know what I mean? I think the most important thing, other than boxing, is just his mental health, which we spoke about, which is so big at the minute, and just sort of him getting that support, that he obviously needs right now.
But like for UKAD, because you'd think they'd have a duty of care, wouldn't it, to people who paid him, that no one's reached out to him and said, are you all right? Or I'm not saying that means that he don't get his ban or whatever, but just say, look, come in and talk, or we'll put this care in place, just to leave. Listen, like we just said, if he were generating £2 or £3 million a year, it'd be a totally different conversation.
Won't be having this conversation.
Yeah, bad.
Won't be having this conversation.
We'll follow it and see where he ends up, and hopefully something happens for him.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hope you enjoyed Blackout Barber Show. Please like and subscribe, and if you've got any complaints, remember my name's Richard Poxon. Just saying, and that's Johnny Nelson.
Look at you. You're running in circles. Which way will you turn?